uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom!
Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bushka, and today's video is all about isolating targets in PUBG Mobile. I did a video recently where I was a little bit glib about, well, I don't know what this guy's saying, but it's probably very complimentary. I did a video where I was talking about how when you hot drop, you have to isolate targets if you want to win 1v3s and 1v2s and 1v4s. And Decent PUBG M asked me this question, like, well, how do you do that, dude? Because just saying, just do this is like saying, if you want to make a lot of money, just go and profit and leaving out all the steps in between. And because of that, I made this video, which is about isolating targets. In fact, I'm going to start this off with an example of the most obvious way of isolating targets. This is really the best way to isolate targets. Have something they want. So Praxy's going to get knocked. I only have a level 1 helmet and no vest, but I've got 20 ping and I've got a very, very intemperate disposition. So, and this is the most obvious way of isolating targets. You have this wall, you have yourself. You have this long corridor here, which they're going to run down to try and get to the knock, which they're desperate to thirst, and get an extra frag up here, which will make them feel better about themselves, get the girl, and win the day. What I'm going to do is constantly hit the target one at a time. I don't have body armor, okay, at all. None. Zero. Zip. Nada. The first guy's like a freebie because he's so desperate to thirst that he's just willing to come out sideways. And now they're in trouble because they've got to protect this guy or they're going to get thirsted, which means they have to push me. And I'm going to peek very, very quickly here. Now I'm going to show you in slow motion. This is a really quick peek. And I pull back. Now, I want to point out that even though that was a quick peek, I still took damage. Okay, only limb shot, and it was not enough to do the business. I'll show you how quick that is. In real time, that is so much faster than it looks there. Now that's 3 kills. Each one of those was an isolated individual kill. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But getting 3 people coming in like that at one time is not that easy. Actually, there's another part of this too, isn't there? This same game, everyone got wiped by a bunch of sweaty grubs who were in this room up there. So there are 3 wallies in that room. What I'm doing here is using what I've got, which is they're really sweaty and campy. I've got a 4X and a Kar 98. They don't have a lot of gear, so I'm looking for a headshot on a peak, and then I push it. Now, this is not isolating everyone, but everyone else in my squad is dead. 1v3, probably not going to work in a small room, but 1v2 in a small room where one guy's getting a revive and the other guy is probably down here. I will point that out, right? This is just common sense, okay? I know that I knocked the guy. I knocked the guy at this doorway. This guy, he got knocked at this doorway. So when I come in through this doorway, the first thing I'm going to do is look down the other end because the guy who's reviving is probably on my left. Okay, that's a given. But the guy who's covering is probably down this end. So we isolate him and then we go to work on the rest of the squad. And thankfully, they haven't got the other guy up yet, and we get the clear. See this stairway here? This is on the very western edge of George Pole crates. This is a wonderful stairway because the only part where you're really going to be visible is these big crane areas, these towers. If you're not facing any one of those towers, you can take shots on here whenever you like. Then we're going to blow the first shots, but these guys are going to make one of the biggest errors you can make in these kind of situations. They're going to break and become very isolated. This guy, and I know that I've got to push this guy aggressively. I've got to catch him and I've got to find him before his mates turn up as well because no one else in that squad is knocked and there were 3 of them that came out. This is risky, this move, but I figure it's worth it because I can catch him on this angle. Now, I thirst. I don't thirst just because I want the frag. I thirst because I need the stuff, but more importantly, I don't want that guy telling them where I am. As far as they're concerned now, I could be going anywhere. Now, they're going to go back in their shell here. There's 3 more of them, and 2 of them are just across here to the left, okay? That guy is holding an angle in a very, very bad spot. See how I can go up and down here? He can't. He's on a box. So he's hard peeking someone with 20 milliseconds ping, which is never going to go well. And I nearly come unstuck here. So I've got 1. I've got a second. I know there's 2 more. And I figured now is the time to push. But if you look at the mini-map, there he is. Just there. He's actually popped on screen. I see those footprints and I immediately land and start heading left. I'm like, get behind hard cover and reset this engagement. And now we've got him because he's drop shot, which means he's on the ground. And it means he's going to have to try and get up. And it doesn't matter how much you don't want it to happen, it's happening. So, and the last guy here, we've already knocked and he's just hanging out here. You can see the footsteps. There was, in fact, a 4th guy who actually took off. You can see him. This is a really bad decision by me. I saw him and I got greedy. I was like, I'll get both the thirst and then I'll get the 4th guy. And as it turns out, I was just too slow and missed my aim and did not get the 4th guy. And that is a guy that I never got. He got away. He just took off. All right. Where's another great example? Looking for more stuff. And I've got a lot of things here. This is about cutting down the angles and isolating. I'll show you a really good thing here. And this is how I do stuff up a little bit. But this is a great example. So these guys have rolled up. I've got them stuck over there. I've taken the car out a little bit. Now, you'll see there's a guy. Okay, this is a great, great thing to show you. And this is exactly what I'm talking about with isolating targets. 1 target there, 1 target there. I am peeking this window here. Okay, this is the area of engagement. Anywhere inside that rectangle is an area of engagement. What I'm going to do is cut the angle down. Now, by that, I mean I'll show you. The angle on the edge of this area of engagement to this target here is 10 degrees. The angle to that target there is 22 degrees. All I've got to do is take 10 degrees worth of angle out of this photo, and this guy can't hit me. And I can only take this guy at one time. Watch, I'll show you. Watch me move left. Straight away. That's all I do. I make a move to the left. And now, the area of engagement on this guy, as you can see here, is 12 degrees. I took 10 degrees out of the 22. That's all I did. And it turned it from a 2v1 into a 1v1. Now, I nearly fucked this up. Because he decides to push, right? He's like, I got a hit. I'm going to push. And I think, well, this is my opportunity. Whoa. That re-peak was a mistake on my part. And I really think that was good play by him. And he should have got me. Like 1% of my health was left. So there's no guarantees in this. But that re-peak was such a big mistake on my part. This is me in the final circle. And basically there's 7 people left alive. And I've got the only house that's going to be in the circle. So they all want it. And there's a lot of nasty stuff coming my way. There's actually me, this duo, and then a bunch of solos running around on the edges. This guy pushes, and he is going to try to fight. I want to point this out. There's a guy in the house up here, okay? Whoopsie daisy, that's the wrong thing. There's a guy in the house up here, and there's this guy over here. I'm just going to move hard towards this guy. He's going to try and reset his peak. Watch this. Just here. He's going to run past the door and then want to take up an angle on this wall. And this is the nature of so many PUBG Mobile players, where they think that everything can be solved with a third-party peek. And sometimes you just have to push them. Sometimes you just have to say, that's a 1v1. And you need to break down the risk management into what is the best possible outcome for me, because this guy's pushing, but this guy's coming, right? He's not waiting. He's coming as well. The best possible outcome for me here is a 1v1 gunfight where it's even. And that's what we get. And we turn it into 2 1v1 gunfights. And I'm thirsting him because the last thing I want is him telling his buddy what I'm doing. Like, he can tell him where I am, where he can grenade, if he's safe. Like, I've got to clear these guys. And then you heard him pull the grenade. I've had so many troubles lately with these buttons freaking here since the patch, since the update. My backpack button and the edge of my backpack along here overlap with all the other buttons around them, and I don't know why. Watch as I jump and the backpack opens. Like, it nearly gets me killed. But that's how you do it in real time. Isolating really, really quickly is so freaking important. This is another one, and I'm going to show you 2 examples of this, and then it'll probably be enough for you desync PUBG Mobile. This is 1v1. I'm going to do the same play twice in 2 different situations. One at Millbase on a hot drop. Not Millbase. Yeah, Millbase. And this one. In this case, I'm with Hitter. Hitter is going to be the hold, and I'm going to be the hammer. Hitter's going to push up to here. I'll show you where as we progress. Okay, here we go. So Hitter's going to push up to this peak here, and he's going to shoot down that alleyway there. I'm going to be aggressive and come around and hook. So he's going to be the hold, I'm going to be the hammer. Hitter's going to get knocked, but he's 2 things. He's behind cover when he gets knocked. He actually gets knocked in this doorway here, I think. He's behind cover when he gets knocked, so it's very easy for him. And he takes a chunk of damage out of the other guys. So even though I push and Hitter gets knocked, they're in trouble. And this move here, this is like straight out of the Fates playbook. Duck. I don't move up and down as much as he does, but I can get out of the way sometimes. And then I'm going to move that. Oh, you know what? I'll show you this last one. Where are we? I'll show you the one that I wanted to show you that is doing the same thing at Millbase. Oh my God, I've gone the wrong direction. And then I'll show you one more clip after that. Okay? And we'll call it evens. Oh, mate, we might show you a heap of stuff. This is the same move as you just saw with Hitter, but I'm going to do this on my own. In, around, and out. The first thing to get is the guy that I know is going to peek there because he's seen me in open. He's seen me in open. So I'm going to pre-fire that doorway there. Here we go. And then I am going to push it. And when the guy pops to push me there, I'm just going to zip around again. One of the things this does is, even though it's not like guaranteed or anything, every time you break line of sight, you are resetting the desync. And if you have lower ping, that's good for you. So here we go. Pre-fire. Okay, that's good for you. Now here's the engagement that I really want to go through with you. This one is such a classic PUBG Mobile engagement. I want you to have a look at this picture and tell me what you see, because I'm going to tell you what I see. Just pause it here and think about what you think is going on in this picture. Because if you've played PUBG Mobile for any length of time, this is what you're seeing. 2 vehicles. Okay, so there's at least 2 people here, possibly 4, because they're 2-seater cars. This guy, though, is not looking at me and I'm driving in a vehicle, which means he's lying down prone, facing away from me. Okay, well, he's not facing away from me now. I think he might have just no, he's facing away. And he is looking out towards this direction, but he's prone. My thought immediately is that there is someone else in the compound with him on the other side and that he can't stand up because he's going to get hit. So I want to get inside that building and underneath him as quickly as possible. And watch, I'm not mucking around here. I know exactly what's up. And I get it done. Now, I know he's got someone across the way shooting at me, but they're not in the same squad. If they were, he wouldn't be hiding from them, right? And I'm not worried about grenades particularly because he wouldn't be alive and the other guy would have been chucking him for ages. I haven't heard any gunfire on the way in. These two are just sweating each other out. So I'm pretty comfortable. I can get a heal here and he's not going to come down. That guy over there is protecting me. I'm going to push him because he's immobile. I'm going to come out, duck under cover, duck up. There we go. Now the next part is kind of silly. I'm going to hard peek. But I'm going to hard peek because I know the guy's spraying and I'm confident if I get a headshot, I'm probably going to finish this whole engagement right away. And look, I'll be honest, I feel like I got a headshot, but the game just said it wasn't a headshot. It was a bolty. Rather than go for the heal, I'm just going to go and chuck. I'm chucking this. He's going to be hitting a heal there. He's going to be immobile and we get the knock. Last one, I promise. Here we go. This is an interesting one because this is really what you've got to do all the time in PUBG Mobile if you want to isolate versus more than one person. Watch how often I move backwards and forwards along this path here, right? See that wall there? That wall along there is one safe spot. This wall over here is the other safe spot. Watch how much I move backwards and forwards here. Because these guys are playing in a duo together, in a duo squads match. And they have gone and separated. They're going to each flank. This is pretty standard territory. What you're looking for is a mistake. You're looking for a shot. I try and find one over here. I try and manufacture it. And I lie down and shoot at the footsteps. And then I move back here. This guy's grenading. I'm thinking he might actually give me a shot. Oh, yeah, he does. And then rather... Here's the big thing here, and this is experience. I'm going to get hard cover because the guy behind me has to push now. He has to push, and he doesn't want to push down that gun line along there. He doesn't have time. He's got to get there quick, and he's going to rush me. So I move around behind the cover straight away. There he is. See, that's it. Now, I nearly get done here by my screen lock. Watch this screen lock. Screen lock kills us. Here it comes. See if you can spot the moment where I can't turn my gun left to track the target. Here it comes. Oh, there. Look at that. Watch me trying to turn the gun to the left to track the target. Now I've got to take my finger off the screen and put it back on. Oh, God, I hate screen lock. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Good long look at isolating targets and some of the ways you can do it in PUBG Mobile. How you've got to be quick, how you've got to use the terrain, how you've got to use the knocks and the thirsts to really cause problems for the opposition, and how you got to reset your peak all the time. Please subscribe. Please look after yourself. Please share the videos. Stay safe on the battlefield. And as always, bye for now.